Hey everybody, and welcome back to your weekly episode of This is Legendary. This week we are going to talk about the upcoming fight in the UFC between Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov. This fight will take place in the spectacular T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world. It's going to be the biggest fight in the UFC of 2018, and it draws a lot of media attention already. Not only is this the fight for the UFC Lightweight Championship belt, but the two fighters have a score to settle between them. Let's take a closer look at the two fighters and try to predict who is going to win this match. But first, intro! First, let's take a look at the background of the two fighters. Conor Anthony McGregor was born on July 14th in 1988 in Crumlin, Dublin, the son of Tony and Margaret McGregor. He was raised in Crumlin, where he developed his passion for sports playing soccer. At the age of 12, McGregor also began boxing. In 2006, he moved with his family to Lucan, Dublin, where he commenced a plumbing apprenticeship. While in Lucan, he met the future UFC fighter Tom Egan, and they soon started training mixed martial arts together. In 2007, at the age of 18, McGregor had made his first amateur fight against Kieran Campbell. He won the fight with a technical knockout in the first round. Following the fight, he turned professional. Jumping to 2013, McGregor joined the UFC, where he had signed a multi-fight contract. He soon was scheduled to fight Max Holloway. He won the fight and earned his nickname The Notorious. During the fight, McGregor had torn his anterior cruciate ligament, but continued to finish and win the fight. In 2016, after several victories, he was crowned two-division champion on September 27th after victory against Eddie Alvarez. Later, due to inactivity in the UFC, he was stripped of his two titles. In 2017, after months of negotiation, he made his public appearance in a boxing match against Floyd Mayweather Jr. The match ultimately ended in the 10th round with a victory by technical knockout for Mayweather. Khabib Nurmagomedov was born on September 20th in 1988 in the village of Sibli in Dagestan, Russia. After moving around a few times, they settled in Makhachkala, where his father opened a gym. His interest in martial arts began when watching students training at the gym. As is common with many children in Dagestan, he began wrestling at the age of 6. His father trained him in wrestling and judo until he was 17. After that, they switched to training to sambo and wrestling. Nurmagomedov would frequently get into street fights in his youth, before focusing his attention on mixed martial arts. Khabib started his professional MMA career in September 2008 and quickly compiled 4 wins within 1 month. In 2011, he would go on to compete for the Pro FC promotion. That year alone, he competed in 7 fights, all of which he won by technical knockout or submission. A perfect 16-0 record in the regional circuits of Russia was enough to get a call-up from the UFC. In late 2011, Khabib signed a 6-fight deal to compete in the UFC's lightweight division. In his UFC debut, on January 20th of 2012, Khabib defeated Kamal Shalaris by submission in the 3rd round. In 2016, he got his nickname The Eagle because he co-founded his own team, the Eagles MMA team, with Magomedov, a Russian billionaire businessman. In 2017, Khabib fought Al La Quinta. Khabib dominated the fight, controlling La Quinta from start to finish, and won via unanimous decision to become the UFC lightweight champion. Now let's take a closer look why there is so much tension between these two fighters. At one stage, Khabib was actually fond of Conor, but that didn't last long. Khabib never respected McGregor's championship status. He called him things like Irish Chicken and Burger King throughout his whole time as lightweight king. However, their beef really kicked up a notch during fight week of UFC 223. It started with Nurmagomedov having a heated confrontation in the Fighters Hotel with McGregor's main sparring partner Artem Lubov. Then McGregor traveled across the Atlantic to send Khabib a message. McGregor and a group of his associates stormed the hotel parking lot and attacked the bus with Khabib as a passenger. McGregor threw a dolly at the bus, breaking a window. 2 fighters were injured and 3 fights scheduled for UFC 223 were forced to be cancelled over that incident. After that incident, Conor was arrested and taken to prison. Later he was released on bail. Dana White was furious and said Conor was going to pay for his rampage. The tension between the 2 fighters got to a climax and the confrontation was waiting to happen. On August 3rd of 2018, the fight was announced at the press conference held for UFC 229. Now that's the million-dollar question. As I said it before, it will be the match of 2018. The build-up, the tension, the championship belt, it's all there. My opinion, I think if McGregor can get close enough to take a swing at Khabib without being caught, he will win the match. But who am I to make predictions like that? Let's take a closer look at some of the major names in MMA and their predictions.
I think if Khabib does not correct the mistake of sitting back with his chin back and going to the side, Conor's going to put his lights out with that left hand pretty bad, pretty quickly.
I see him beating Khabib a lot easier than Tony.
Wow, I disagree.
You know, a lot of people say that. A lot of people are high on Khabib. I don't know, man. I just
You've been calling Khabib out since
I've been calling Khabib out for years, bro.
Yeah.
I think Conor would sleep him. I think he would sleep Khabib.
Like, I feel like Conor's just got that left hand. He's fast. He's gonna be able to use his angles, his crazy kicks,
His footwork.
And I've always underestimated the guy. And then he's
Conor?
like, yeah. Like all these, like Eddie Alvarez. Oh, Eddie Alvarez is gonna run through.
I know.
him.
I thought it was a terrible
Boom.
matchup for him.
You know, Jose Aldo's gonna beat him. You know.
Well, when you look at Conor, you are left with the question: just how good is he? Right? And I'm not sure we know the answer to the question of how good is Conor. I'll tell you right now, I think he's in over his head.
I don't know. I don't know how he would stop Khabib from taking him down and eventually getting him to where he wants to fight. I would probably see Khabib winning, but his left hand is phenomenal, and you cannot take anything away from that thing.
If I have to put my house on it, I would have to choose Khabib over Conor. Khabib never lost. He never lost. And Conor have lost before. He have lost on the ground. He have a few losses, and he lost on the ground, where Khabib is good. That's where Khabib is the most competent as.
As you could see, the opinions are divided. Some say Khabib, some say McGregor. Who's to say? Who do you think will win? Leave a comment in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. As always, this was Legendary, and we'll hope to see you next time. There's only one thing left for me to say, and that is be legendary. Bye bye.